Afternoon, Pink Sox Nation. Welcome back for another video. This is our second video for the spring season. This is just going to teach us a couple of basic things on how to have your glove when you're fielding. All right. I know that hitting is the really exciting thing about softball, but a good defense is just as important as being able to hit well, especially when you've got games and they're close and it's a 2-2 tie. It's late in the innings. You want to make sure that those hits that are coming to you, you know how to deal with them, all right? So the first thing I want you to be, you'll hear me say it a lot, is be softball ready. I'm just going to put this up here for a second, all right? Softball ready is having your knees bent. It's hard to see because I don't have much room down here. This is my office at home, all right? But you want to have your glove leg, whichever your glove leg is, you want to start with your feet about shoulder width apart, okay? And you take your glove leg, this leg, and just step it forward just a little bit so that the back heel, so that this here is lined up with the toe of your back leg, okay? You want to have it like that. This gives you flexibility to move. If you're standing just too straight like this, and you go to turn in the direction, you might trip over your own feet. So if you have your legs spaced apart like this, so it's a little bit of a diagonal, you can take your front leg and cross it in front of your back leg and turn this way to run to a ball. Or if you need to, you can take your back leg and cross this way and go there. All right? I'll explain that more in practice where you can see it more effectively. All right, so just keep this in mind when I talk about glove leg and your back leg. All right, now you're in the field. You want to be have a little bit of bounce, all right? Think about being straight up. If I push you, it's a lot easier for you to lose if you don't have the leverage. But if you've got a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a give, you can withstand a little bit more pressure, all right? That's what you want to do. You want to be able to put yourself into a position where you're not going to get knocked over easily if something comes at you pretty quick, all right? So you're here, you're ready, and your eyes are always on the batter when you start out in the field, all right? What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're always paying attention to what's going on. You know who's on base. You know if there's a runner that's going to try and steal. You know how many outs there are. You know what you're going to do when you actually get the ball. But the first step to that is paying attention. That's not only just for softball rules, but we want you to be safe, all right? Even though you'll have face masks on, what we don't want to have happen is you're just kind of standing around doing a little dance, a little kicking the dirt around in the middle of shortstop, and the ball gets hit off the bat and cracks you in the head. That's not a good day. We don't want you to get hurt out there, ladies. All right, so you want to be paying attention so that you're ready to move when the ball is hit. What you don't want to do is wait for the ball to be right here on top of you before you react. As soon as that ball is hit, have a plan. Be ready to move to it, all right? Sometimes you'll get a ball that gets hit really, really slowly. I talked in the last video about sometimes a hit only goes a couple of feet. It's not going to come to you. It's not like a puppy. You can't wave it on. It's not going to do it. Sometimes the ball just stops. It's a slow roller and it's stopping. If you're in a position to do that, charge it. If you're the pitcher and that's coming up the middle and you see it's not going to even reach you, don't be afraid. You're not rooted to your position. You can run up and scoop that ball up. Same thing if it's coming up the line and you're at third base, or coming up the line and you're playing first base. Charge that ball, but communicate to your people. If you're a pitcher and your third base player starts charging in, pitcher or shortstop, run over and cover that base. Same thing at first base. At first base, if you're charging in to get the ball, yell, "Someone cover first base," and your pitcher will go over. That's one of the things that we will be talking about. It's one of those more advanced techniques that I was talking about in the first video as we go on through the season, about how to cover your bases effectively, knowing when you need to move out of position to get to another base to make sure that everything is defended accurately and appropriately. All right? You're here. You're looking in. I like to smile at the batters like a crazy person, because then they're sitting up there and they're trying to focus, and then they just kind of glance over at second base, and our second baseman's like, this crazy eyes and stuff like that, and they're like, wow, this team's insane. How are we going to play them? Get in their heads. Don't be afraid to do that, all right? Just be ready, all right? Just be out there, be aggressive, be ready to go. There are 3 basic glove positions, okay? Just gonna put it down there because it's gonna fall. Your first position basically refers to anything from the waist and below. Your glove is most of the time gonna be like this. I'll back up a little bit. We call this a basket catch, all right? Because it looks like a basket, like you're just dropping the ball into it. You can't really see it because I don't have the room to go. But when the ball is rolling on the ground, you'll be in obviously one because it's below the waist, and you'll pop your legs out a little bit and have your glove against the floor with your hands covering the back here. We put the glove to the floor so that we don't risk the ball rolling underneath it, and we put our hand up here so we don't risk the ball rolling up through here and cracking us in the face or just shooting loose. As soon as that ball is in your glove, trap it. You're not trying to catch it like a football, all right? You don't want to see a ball like that and try to grab it with both hands at the same time. That's a good way to hurt your hands because that ball is hard, okay? But as soon as the ball is caught into your glove, trap it so it doesn't pop out, because that happens sometimes. You'll catch the ball, and then if it drops to the ground, if it's a play at base or it's a pop fly and that ball pops out, you just turned it out into a base hit. So that's why you want to make sure that as soon as you feel that ball is in your glove all the way, don't be afraid to trap it and make sure it really stays there. If you ever watch a sport like soccer or hockey, you'll see the goalie smothering the ball or smothering the puck to make sure it doesn't go past where they are and score a goal. It's the same principle there. You're smothering the ball. As soon as you grab it, trap it in, all right? So position 1, waist and below, you want to be like this. Position 2 is basically head to waist, okay? You want to have the glove like this, all right? You have the flexibility. If your legs are bent like I showed you, you have the flexibility to move. Doesn't mean you have to stay in the spot. You have to step to the side and catch, step to that side, go down a little bit. But what you want to do is basically have the glove in this range of motion. Think of it like windshield wipers on a car, okay? This range of motion. What you don't want to do with a ball that's being sent to your chest is have the ball like this and then try to catch it like that. One, you've just reduced the amount of glove space that you have to catch it. Two, you've just opened up so much more chance for you to get hit in the chest or for this ball to roll up and come up and get you. So you want to put yourself in a position where you're safe and the glove is blocking your body. The object is to have your glove be in between the ball and you. You don't want to have the balls coming at you and then you're afraid of it, so you step to the side and try to get it as it goes by. Sometimes you might catch it that way. Sometimes you might have to because the ball's just shooting past you fast and you need to reach out. But you don't want to practice it where I throw the ball to you and you're standing there and then you step to the side and try to catch like that. When you do that, what you're doing is you're affecting your vision. You're not seeing the depth perception as well. That ball's coming at you. You know how close it is. You reach up and grab it. If you do this, now you've kind of lost it. Now it's going at a different angle and you're not seeing it with the line of sight properly. You're also leaving it open to go past you. Sometimes throw comes at you. You've got to move your glove. You think you've got it. Oh no, I don't have it. It bounced off here, but now it bounced off my shoulder, but it's still in front of me. Okay, just reach down, pick it up. If you can make the play, make it. If not, hold the ball, and we'll call it. We'll go from there. What you don't want to have happen is you stepped away like this to try and catch the ball, and now the ball is missed because you misjudged it, and now it's rolling all the way down there. And now that base hit, which would have been only one base, maybe it's 2 or 3 bases. Okay? You want to make sure that this glove, as long as you know where your glove is and you're sure of yourself with your glove, it's not going to get past here. Okay? And if it does, it'll be a deflection and you'll be here and it's not going to hurt. All right? You'll have a mask on. You'll be okay, I promise. So this is position 2. Position 3 is anything head and above. Same basic position as 2 rather, but you're like this, all right? You're going like this. You want to have it up there. If the ball is a pop fly, don't stand to the side and try to watch it come in. Get yourself right under it. Put the glove between you and the ball. Catch it, trap it, okay? Position 1, below the waist, like this. Position 2, you're like this, all right? So that you have more control. See how much more of a target this is than doing this? It's not going to work that way. All right? So position 2 is an important one. This is where a lot of them are going to come. And position 3 is pretty much just 2 just above your head. Those are important things to do when you're fielding, all right? You want to make sure also that if you're waiting for the ball, if you're covering a base, and your foot is on the base and you're covering like this, don't put the glove so high up that it blocks your vision. Because if the ball is coming, you're going to lose sight of it. When the ball is far away, I can still see it right here. But if it moves right here, I've lost it. Right now, I can't see this ball at all because my glove is in the way, because it's covering my face. If this ball dips down, I don't know it until it hits me. It's too late at that point. So you want to have your glove like this. That's the target you're hoping that your teammate is going to throw to you. And it's like this, and then you can make the adjustments as you need to. But don't put it so high that it's blocking your vision, because you don't want that to happen. Like right now, I can't see the ball. Where is it? It just hit me in the ribs. That's a bad day, all right? We don't want that to happen to you. I know some of you know this stuff. I know some of you, it's a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot. It is kind of scary sometimes seeing one of these get tossed at you. We are going to do everything we can to build up your confidence. Make sure that you're not afraid of this, okay? And we're going to make sure that you have all the tools you need to be there, to get ready to catch, to do everything you have to do in order to get that ball, secure it, and then make the play. Now, we're going to be putting all of this basic stuff together at practice on Friday, along with throwing. Throwing is not about how much power you have. It's about technique. If I'm holding the ball like this and I go to throw, if I throw as hard as I can, but I release the ball down here, well, guess where it's going to go? It's going to go straight down. But if I just go here, I fold like an L shape like this. This is like my mouse cursor in like Minecraft or one of those games, all right? That's my target. That's my targeting system. That's where it's going to go. I'm like this. I've got like a little L shape, and it's across my body, all right? You don't want to stand here just straight and try to throw like that, because if you do, if you throw across your body that way, well, guess what? The ball's going to go that way. It's going to go in the direction that you released it. At a short distance, it's not that big a deal, because if I'm here, this is my target, and I throw off a little bit, I might still get the end of it. But if my target's further away and I throw that same motion, well, it's going to go even further away. All right? It's just basic math, and I'll show it to you with a whiteboard. I'll just give you illustrations so you can see what I mean, and I'll demonstrate it for you how not to throw so that you can learn the proper way to throw. All right? So remember, your targeting system, you've got your arm back, you're in an L shape like this. See it? Step forward with your glove leg and throw across your body, and it's where you release. All right? If you release high like this, it's going to go up in an arc. If you release straight like that, it's going to go in that direction. If you flick your wrist down or you flick your wrist to the left or right like this, it's going to go in that direction. So you got to be aware of that. So pay attention when you're releasing. Don't worry about trying to put everything you can and throw it as hard as you can, because if you throw it really, really hard, but you release it in the wrong place, it's not going to be any good. All right? We will work on this in practice. Those are all the videos for this week. Hopefully you got a chance to watch this and the first one on hitting. I've got a good feeling about this season. Got a lot of returning players, a lot of new faces I know are ready to play, and we're going to have a lot of fun this season, ladies, all right? If you guys have any problems, any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, I will see you all on Friday night for our first practice. All right? Stay pink sock strong, ladies.